I'm not interested in learning how to do ISO or learning how to do all these things, how to balance my camera or those are things I can learn online. Those are things I can learn on YouTube. When I come around other creative, I try to learn the most important thing about their workflow, about their style, how they charge. Any industry you find yourself, storytelling is the most important thing. At the end of the day, all these things will pass. Find reels and all of that. Let's use the wedding industry for instance now. The nice reels, the dance with the show is nice, but it's gonna be nice for the first 1 month. The euphoria is gonna die down, and then
the story lives forever.
Story will live forever.
You can be worth something, but because you feel like you don't,
you charge less, you make less, whatever, everything it is. That's exactly how it is. A lot of people have potential, but because of the fact that they don't know how to value themselves, it happens everywhere in business.
not just in the creative.
Yes, everywhere. First, I have the portfolio that speaks for them. And two, they know how to, like, that perception around their brand, that feeling, right? If you are working for brands that let me use Uncle Big H for example.
Okay.
If you go to his page now, go to Big H Studios page, and then you see the kind of clients he works with, the kind of people he works with.
You already know that if you don't have certain amounts, don't
exactly.
Place.
You see, he shot this president's wedding, he shot this governor's wedding, he shot this minister's wedding.
You already know that.
If
you cannot afford him, you don't go close.
Don't worry, don't even go close.
But is it fair that they are judging a book by its cover? Yes. It's another episode of Depth of Field podcast, and it has been an amazing journey with you guys. Thank you so much for the support, and I really appreciate. I didn't know we were going to get this kind of reception, and I've been seeing people message me personally, dropping comments on how they've been learning from the creatives we've been bringing, both the photography industry and the videography industry that we've been bringing. And I want you guys to know that we are going to keep bringing more people as far as you promise us to keep watching and keep supporting, keep liking, keep subscribing, and and what have you. You see, today's episode is going to be very interesting because the person I'm bringing to the show today is somebody I love his work. I've studied I have studied his work from afar. He makes really incredible, videos, especially reels online. He makes really nice videos for, brands and for businesses that love to see quality, that respect quality. He's very keen on making his work, quality. He's not there for everybody. He's just there for just very few people that understand what it is to get quality video and understand that every brands deserve that for their business. And this person is no other person than Mr. Emperor. Nice to have you on the show, my
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you doing now?
Good.
So how has it been?
Amazing. I've been following the show for a while now, and I was surprised when you reached out. So it's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. So would you consider yourself would you consider yourself a filmmaker or a videographer?
What was it?
I don't know why I'm even why that is even the first question. I don't even have that written down. But I realized, when I was introduced, was I able to introduce you properly?
Oh, yeah. You did.
So I realized a lot of people tend to, coming from a fashion designing background. I used to be a fully strictly fashion design, the fashion designer. I used to do just fashion designing, and there's always this saga like fashion designers saying they are not tailors, and now that I'm a filmmaker and cinematographer, I started seeing that some filmmakers are saying, no, I'm not a videographer. Some people are saying, no, I'm a cinematographer. I'm not a videographer. I'm a filmmaker, not a cinematographer. What do you identify as?
Okay, I would say I'm a filmmaker. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that same argument can go for cinematography and videography.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say I'm a cinematographer. That's what I would call myself. Most times people see videography as just the people that shoot people that just shoot events and all those kind of things. But for me, I think I pay more attention to careful lighting, the details and all those things. So I think most of my
and you do works that requires pre-production a lot.
So I think most of my characteristics falls on that, like filmmaker. So yeah.
Like cinematographer.
Cinematographer, yeah.
And you don't only do cinematography, you also do you do post-production
Yeah,
works
of
too.
course, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
Almost all my, I did my videos myself and all of that. So that still falls under the same thing. But yeah, a filmmaker.
So, do you think most videographers are being underpaid because of their work or because of the way they position themselves in the industry?
I would say both.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So most people are underpaid because of their positioning. Most people are underpaid because of, you know, where they are. Right?
Hmm.
As a videography, your environment can affect you, and then you yourself can affect you.
You yourself can affect
Mhm.
you. Yeah.
So let's use Nigeria and diaspora for instance. There are filmmakers, young filmmakers, and most times when we watch all these videos and you see people
Mhm.
who talk about how much they charge, and your mind is blown, like, how are these people charging this amount? And you compare your work to their work, and you're like, oh, it's almost the same thing. If not, your own is even almost better than their own.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you see that what they are charging
Mhm.
is there. Some guys will say, oh, I charged $15,000 for real estate videos, and I charge $25,000 for to film this house and all of that. And then you're like, yo, how are they charging this amount? You can't try it here.
And another example to that
Mhm.
is like a wedding filmmaker in Abuja and a wedding filmmaker in Oshogbo.
Exactly.
Sometimes, yeah.
Exactly. So you see how the difference is because of the environment. So that's the way environment can affect you. Your location can affect you in terms of being underpaid. For people here in Lagos or people in Abuja or in Ogun State is always different. But most times, for us, let's use the people in Abuja now, for instance, it still affects. People are getting paid higher and people are getting paid lower. That is not about location anymore because we are
Mhm.
all here now.
Mhm.
That is about positioning,
Mhm.
right? Because I don't know how to put it now. Let's use for instance, there's a guy under the bridge that is selling shoes, has his shoes on the floor, and then he's selling shoes for 30K. And then there's a guy in a superstore that has ACs, that has like a very massive store, well designed space, and then you see his shoes going for 300K and all of that. Even you as a
Same
buyer,
product
same product
sometimes.
sometimes, same quality sometimes, but even you can't even enter there to say you are looking for something of
See,
20K.
this reminds me of an experiment Rolex did. I think it was late last year or early last year.
Mhm.
That they did an exhibition in an outdoor space. It's not a luxury street, it's
Yeah.
just an average street in America, and they intentionally misspelled the Rolex on the banner so that people will just feel like it's fake. They portrayed it as fake. They put original 30 something thousand dollar or Rolex
Rolex.
watches there,
Right.
and they mix it with the fake ones,
Mhm.
and people just come, stop by, price it for like $65, 60. These are $32,000
Yeah.
wristwatches, $50,000 wristwatches, and people were pricing it for ridiculous amounts because of other things, other wristwatches they saw beside it. And I also saw an experiment on Instagram on how it was like a social experiment.
Mhm.
No, it was not on Instagram, it was on YouTube. They did this shop, they did this luxury shop thing
Yeah.
that they shop things from, very cheap websites like clothes that can be less than $5, $2, $3. They sampled it, gave it nice packaging.
Yeah.
The people that were attending to you were wearing suits, they were smelling really nice, and they put things like $6,000 on the shoes, $12,000 on the shirts, and people were paying for it.
You see?
So I resonate with what you're saying.
It's about perception. The reason why you would tell somebody that you charge, let's say, $1 million for a shoot, and then the client is like, okay, let's do it. And then I say the same thing, and the person like, okay, let me speak to my wife first.
And when you hear that, let me
Okay.
speak to.
Okay, let me speak to my wife first. Or okay, our budget is 200K, because they feel like you are not worth it, right? They feel like your work is not there yet, and they feel like these people, they observe, they looked at everything about you, looked at everything about your work, your page,
But is it
everything.
fair that they are judging a book by its cover?
Yes,
It's fair.
it's money, right? It's money. If you enter a store now, you want to buy something, you look at it very well.
You judge by what you
everybody
see.
is selfish
Because
especially when
you are
money
they are paying
you're
for you.
paying. Yes, everybody is selfish. If I'm buying something now, I'm thinking about
That's
first of all I'm thinking about
like
myself.
yeah.
You understand? I'm thinking about how it's going to profit me. What value am I getting from this? What value am I getting from it? So if I don't see value in it, I'm not going to pay for it. So from the example you gave, they probably saw the Rolex, $30,000 Rolex, and then because of where it is, because of the environment, they're like
the mixed
okay,
belt banner and
understand.
all of that.
So that's why.
But what would you say? Can you give us one example, one thing that you know about the business of filmmaking, the business of cinematography and videography that is a very bitter truth, and a lot of beginners are going to get angry when they hear.
The bitter truth is learning, editing, learning how to shoot ISO, aperture, and all those things are like the least basic things you need to understand
To make money
to make money from it.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. And then it's funny how people who are not. I heard this from a friend, and it's actually like stuck with me since then. It's unfortunate how people who are not as smart as us, as creative as us, as brilliant as us, are making more money than us.
Because they understand the business aspects.
Are making money than us. I even know a guy who I think his videography is just like basic. He doesn't know much, but he knows how to pitch himself to these brands, and then he makes like millions of naira, and he will come to you that is good and like, bro, how much do you charge for this? And you tell him your price, and you're like, okay, no problem. I have a shoot. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Please, I need you to come on set, and you are there to make sure the shoot comes out well and all of that. And he sends it to his clients, and nobody really knows, nobody really cares. The fact that he has delivered is the
So you are saying there's difference between being good at videography, cinematography,
yeah,
and making money from it, being successful.
yeah.
So they don't go hand in hand.
This applies to every business. Every business,
Oh.
whatever business you can mention now, even photography, whatever other business you can mention.
I figured that why is it that the people that are making money from the, let's say, fashion industry the most, let's say the individuals I'm talking about, not the component, are people that knows the least. Like I don't want to mention any name, but most great fashion designers in Nigeria, in Abuja, that we have now, a lot of them can't even remember how to thread a machine again.
Exactly.
They don't know how to tack a button again.
But when you go to their fashion houses, you see
really nice
young boys or young girls
understand
who know how to do this thing.
talents.
But they understand how to manage talent. They understand how to manage business. They understand what it costs to run a business. They understand how to manage clients. Right. So all these things are the things that they put in that you don't know. Some people just want to remain small. Some people just want to make money and put in their pockets and go. They don't know how to do the business of it.
So are you saying there are a lot of filmmakers now that are just running, they are busy, but they are not making profit?
I believe so.
Why?
There are a lot of people who just want to be busy for the sake of being busy. Two, they are busy because people are taking advantage of them. People are taking advantage of the fact that they don't know the business. People are taking advantage of the fact that they don't know how to value themselves. People are taking advantage of the fact that they don't know how to value their work. So most times you see people who are very, very talented, skilled, but they are broke. I have an example of somebody I want to give, but I just don't want to mention, like, put his situation out here. But I know a guy who still calls and be like, "Yo, Alpha guy, please can you help me with this?" And like,
you are too skilled to be broke.
Thank you. You are too skilled to be broke. You are too skilled to be.
It feels like that. Sometimes I feel like, oh, okay, there was a time I had an assistant, and he has a laptop. I got him a laptop, a good laptop, like not good, but a 2019 MacBook Pro 32 gig RAM is good enough for somebody that is just starting out.
Yeah.
I got it like 1.1 or 1.2 then. And I was like, it was like during his break, when I give him break, like, don't come today and stuff. Oh, tell me he went to sites to do site work because he's broke. And I'm like, you are good at video editing. You can do videography. You now want to also sharp to get sharp money. Then it is going to sites to collect 8K per day that you thought of.
He's not seeing what you are seeing.
Then also, is it that people, videographers, creatives think it is by when they are not making money. Do you think what they think is that, okay, maybe I should work more? Maybe the problem is I should show myself, like I should just work more, like you said. Then before you know, people start taking advantage of them. They will just want to work more.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that it's not just by working that helps you build wealth. It's not just by working that if you're not doing the right collaborations, you can consistently be showing up in the wrong place. You can consistently be showing up doing what you're not supposed to do, and it will not yield. What do you have to say about that?
It's your responsibility to filter your life, to filter the kind of people that come around you, to filter the kind of things that come around you. So let's use this for example now. Let's assume you are charging 20K for a video shoot and editing and everything. You have your own camera. You have your own camera and you charge 20K, for instance. How many 20K jobs are you going to do before you make your first million? First of all, you might
bro.
Do you understand? How many 20K jobs are you going to
20K job are you going to do to rent house in Abuja?
Guess what? We've all been there. We've all worked in an organization where you are underpaid. We've all worked with clients that underpay us. And we can all agree that it's these ones that don't pay enough that will stress you the most. Everybody understands that, because even the people that don't, but a time will come. Like I think I can't remember the person that said it, but he was like, he sent a screenshot. This guy is big now, like big. He posted a screenshot of like 5 years ago when somebody was telling him that the job is 30K, I beg. And I'm like,
I know the person you're talking about. I saw it.
He posted a screenshot of the person saying, and I could relate to that because I've also done job of like a full event. Like when I mean a full event with 3 cameras and everything. I've done it for 100K.
Yo,
and we had
those cameras. You rented those cameras,
and and then at the end of the day, you have to pay the guys that are with you and everything. This was like 5 years ago. You have to pay the guys that are with you. You have to edit. And most times we don't even calculate it because we are editing the videos ourselves.
Yeah,
we don't even calculate that.
And that's what I tell people, that workmanship is different from profits. Workmanship is not when you are still thinking workmanship as a creative, you are not better than a laborer, like somebody that they just call to come to site. No disrespect to anybody doing that kind of job.
Yeah.
But you can't grow like that.
Exactly.
If you are calculating your stress and you are after your stress, what you are paying for, what the client is going to pay for your stress, you're not calculating the profits. The profit is after everything. I'm charging as a director, cinematographer, editor,
whatever. Even if you're doing it yourself.
If I'm not doing it myself, I will give somebody. Then even if I'm doing it myself, I'm collecting the money. Exactly. Then my profit for the production company.
Exactly. So even if you want to give a discount now, you know how much discount to give. That doesn't affect all these other things again. Do you understand? But most times people don't know how to do this.
So what will you say is the biggest lie creatives tell themselves that keeps them broke?
I want to work harder. I want to work. I want to do more. It's funny. I worked in different production companies, and different places I've worked, I feel like those places are places I learn. Whenever I feel like I'm no longer learning, I feel like I move.
Irrespective of whatever they're paying you. Yeah?
Whatever they're paying, I've worked out of a lot of places. I don't care how much you're paying. But I feel like I'm here to learn. It's not just about learning editing or anything like that. I'm here to learn, and all this, so that by the time I'm starting my own business, these are advantages of working in places. So I've worked in different places, and I've seen how different people approach their work. I've seen how they approach clients. I've seen how they approach their businesses. And I've worked with somebody who feels like, let's do more, let's work more, let's do. And then in a month, you're editing like 10, 20 videos, back to back to back to back to back. And then I live here with that mentality. And I go to work in another place. And I figure that these people are just chilling.
And they're still getting paid more.
Sometimes 1 or 2 videos a month.
And it pays their bill.
And they are making millions. Like they're making times 10 more than what the other people are making. And I'm like, this is funny. So I had to like relax, and I'm asking myself, which do you prefer? Do you prefer to work harder
or smarter?
Because if you are working smarter, you make more money. You have time for yourself. You have time for family. You have time for. There are people who don't have time for their
You
families.
don't have time to expand the business.
Yeah, and then there are filmmakers who today they are in South Africa. Tomorrow they are here. Next tomorrow they are working on a project here, and then before you know they are traveling, they are exploring, they are doing other things. That's what I want. Do you understand? But then there are people who don't even have time for themselves because there's like edits everywhere. My guy was like, "Bro, how far you dey get into the watch ball? What's your 100? The watch ball, of course. You see, I'm on the kind of I'm gonna have a lot of videos to
Because when
edit.
because this is our working line of work. When it becomes work, it stop being fulfilling.
Exactly. Exactly. And then he was like, man, I have a lot of videos to do. I don't even get time to the watch ball again. I'm like, come on. Life is not that serious, man. You have to intentionally arrange your life in a way that you don't lose yourself in the process of work. Some people don't have social lives anymore because of work. They don't have anything. So if you feel like you're going to work more to make more money, there are people who are making those money, like that money, like times 5, times 10 of what you are making in a month. They're making it on a project. And then most times when you call people and be like, I figured something one time. I traveled. I was not in the country, and I called my guy. I had a shoot that I already said yes to. I totally forgot, and I called my friend like, bro, Alpha, please, I have this shoot. It's in Lagos. Can you help me cover up, please? How much do you charge for this? I don't mind sending you whatever the client is paying. I'll just send it to you. Just help me cover because I love this person so much. I love this client so much. I don't want to disappoint them. And the guy was like, okay, no wahala. All right, now, no wahala. Since now you just give me, he mentioned an X amount, which is even more than what the client is paying. I was like,
then you were like, you messed
wait, you are
up.
doing me a favor with this amount? He said yes. I said, what if you're not doing me a favor? Do you understand?
Then you start thinking
And I'm
about
like,
your life.
I'm not going to, this is what you charge and everything, but please help me. I don't mind doing you a favor back later, but then let's just, since this we've already agreed with this person, and we're like, guys are charging money in this Lagos. Guys are charging crazy money. Do you understand? And people are paying.
But will you say the reason they are charging, the difference between the person that is charging high and the person that is not getting people to even pay little amount for them, will you say the difference is just that they know how to charge?
Not just knowing how to charge.
Or they understand structure?
They know how to, they have, first, have the portfolio that speaks for them.
They have portfolio that speaks for them.
Right. And 2, they know how to, like, that perception around their brand. That's feeling. Right. If you are working for brands that are okay, maybe let me use Uncle Big H for example.
Okay.
If you go to his page now, go to Big H Studios page, and then you see the kind of client he works with, the kind of people he works with.
You already know that if you don't have certain amounts, don't
exactly
close.
You see, he shot this president's wedding, he shot this governor's wedding, he shot this minister's wedding.
You already know that.
You already know his level.
If you cannot afford him, you don't go close.
Don't worry, don't even go close. Do you understand? And then a time will come when people will now want you because it's you. Right? Because you've been doing this level of work and all of that. Like, that you are in that class now, and people will want to book you because they feel like if
they want this
if you are the one
shooting, shoots. I think
that
happens a lot.
Yeah.
That some friend shot this person, then
yeah, exactly. He has to be the one because they've seen you now, they've seen your level, right? So at that moment, if you are charging 5 million, 10 million for a shoot, and there are people who will gladly pay that money.
But would you say it is more of saying yes to certain jobs or more of saying no to certain jobs?
You have to say no a lot. You have to learn how to say no a lot, even when you're hungry. As a creative,
I think this is what a lot of creators don't understand. Like I've actually, okay, this year I think I've done roughly not up to 10 projects, but I'm sure approximately I've rejected over 25.
Right. You have to learn how to say, if you are thinking about now, if you are thinking about your stomach every time, if you are thinking about, let me just get it, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, or let me just take it, well, let me take it, I don't know if they're going to bring bigger projects tomorrow. It's going to be this is different from you doing a project because you like the project and you want to, that's a totally different.
That's different. Yeah.
But then when you are taking every project that comes your way, There's something somebody said one day, and I said it doesn't apply. It's good, it's a good advice, but it doesn't apply to everybody. I think it was Recruiters that said that thing, and we're like, oh no, I charged how many $1 million for a shoot, but on a Wednesday when I'm not doing anything at home, I can just go and do it for 250K. I can just go and do it for 50K and all of that. And people were like, oh yeah, and I'm like, okay, it was good, but it doesn't really apply for everybody and for every.
And sometimes it can destroy
every
your brand
field.
though.
Yes.
This December taught me something when a lot of vendors were things that they were selling for 70,000, then all of a sudden Christmas bonus and they are selling for 25, 20,000. And people were like, oh, so you feel grief for
25K.
25K. And I've been paid. You know that thing can destroy your brand.
Yeah.
Sometimes I intentionally, some things, if I love a project so much and I really want to work on a project, I want to work with the clients, and I see that the clients cannot afford it, I just do. Is it that
I rather do it for free.
I think I have two different methods I do. Either I do for free. If I'm supposed to charge 1 million naira and you want to pay 200, I will write it there that is 80% discount.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want, I would rather do for free or let you go. Because I can't even wrap my head around me doing all of the pre-production, the production, then bringing because where you show up, where people see you is also important. When people meet you, there's a place a client will meet you and it will already tell them how much you charge.
Yeah.
There's work a client will see you do, and then you can't. A client that saw you doing certain jobs and you now come and say like you want to collect 15 million, they will now look at you like, are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's possible. A client can tell you, are you okay?
Are you okay? 15 million for what?
Another person will come and say 15 million. Say, is that the best you can do? Like, is that the best? I've because of position, when we are just starting out, we've all made a lot of mistakes. I've had clients that I told 400K and he's looking at me like I'm a wicked person.
Exactly.
And I've had client I told 5 million and they're saying, that client literally told me, are you sure it's going to be able
enough
for almost the same type of project?
Yeah. People who there are people who never see value in what you do. There are people who never see value. No matter how much you package yourself, right? There was a voice note that was trending online one time, and the person, you've probably seen it, and the person was like, "Wait till they shoot, something where they do 40."
Yeah.
I don't. You've probably seen that thing.
One evil woman like that.
Yeah. There are people who will never see value in whatever you are doing. It's just like somebody who doesn't know the value of wristwatches. And then you bring out a Rolex and you tell the person, oh, I bought this Rolex for $30,000. The person like, what?
Are you okay? Is it not just time?
It's not just time. There's nothing you explain to this person in this world that will make the person understand it. They don't understand that the watch gives you class.
Mm-hmm.
They will never understand that. Oh, I bought this suit for $12,000. Like what's ordinary suit? There's nothing you explain in this world that will make them understand that. They will never understand. Because in their mind, they've made up their mind that it's just.
So that means you need to find your tribe.
You need to find your tribe. You need to find your people. You need to find people who understand the value of what you are giving, the value of what you are selling. Because we are selling, right? So
it's not just about creativity, but it's also the business aspect.
Yeah. So if you find people who understand the value of what you are giving, it will be better for you as a creative, because people are going to come. People, of course, they love everybody likes a good thing. Everybody likes what you do. There are people there are people who hi, Emperor, how are you? Oh, I love your work and everything. Please, how much do you charge? And then once they see the rate card, they ghost you immediately. And then there are some people that will be like, oh, Emperor, please, we know that this is how much you charge, but we don't have up to that. This is how much we have. This is what we're working on. And then da. And then for you by yourself, you can look at it and be like, I like these people. I like what they are doing. I like.
Yeah. I want to work on this kind of project.
There was a time this Ochaya girl that was I think that the case of the girl that was molested and all of that died. There was a time that the case was everywhere and all of that. And then the lady reached out to me. She was like, Emperor, this is how much. I know that you charge this amount, but this event we're basically doing almost for free, just to give people basically like what's the word? Sensitization kind of thing. So please, and we know that this is how much you charge, but please. And I thought about it, okay, you know what, let's just do it. I called my guy, like, Alpha, come, bring lights, bring this, bring that, bring that.
That was also a way for you to
let's just do it.
Give back to the society.
Exactly. Let's just do it, because now it's no longer about the money. And her approach was very good.
Yes,
Do you
that's
understand?
very important.
Her approach was
It
very
shows
good.
she values
She
your work.
she has respect for the
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
and then she knows what she exactly. But then there are people who don't. How you go charge me 500,000?
Exactly.
Okay, no problem.
Doing it is like shooting yourself in the leg, because the
Mhm.
person obviously shows that they don't see the discount you are giving as discount. They just see it as you are being.
Exactly.
So I don't. Okay, in all of this, I want to talk about the role where the quality of your work, what the role it plays in all of this business aspect of videography thing. Like, how much of how much is the quality of your what role does it play in the business aspect of filmmaking? Because we've been talking since morning about, how it's not about how good you are, but how much of it actually affects the traffic. There are different things in about the business, about business of anything. Something brings them, some things keep them, some things keeps them coming. So where will you put the quality of your work?
There's this thing called like the iceberg,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, the small tip that you see,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's under
Mm-hmm.
is even more.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of your work in every aspect is the one under, right? And then most times when we talk about the quality of our work, people think it's just the
Wait,
visual
the
quality.
quality of the work is the big one.
Mhm. Is the base, is the foundation, right? You can't charge high on something that people don't perceive and see as quality, as good, right? If you are a fashion designer, thank God you mentioned that you have a fashion design this thing, you probably have seen it, that people, you make an outfit for somebody and the person wears it and the person looks nice and the person is happy,
Mm-hmm.
or a barber, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
or a mock-up artist, for instance.
That barber is very
And
important. If
oh
that
my
barb
god,
rubbish,
I don't cut
I will
my hair,
collect my money back. Oh.
bro. I work up for more than 2 weeks because the
Yes,
person
now.
did a very bad job. So it's very important. And most time, like I was saying, most time people say quality and they are just thinking about like the visual quality or its quality is like different in a lot of, like, it's expanded.
Can we talk about
It
that a
could
bit?
be the sound, it could be, yeah, of course, the visual quality, your composition, and everything, like everything that comes together to make that video like magic is what,
And that makes that video fulfill its purpose.
yeah,
Because if it's the video is supposed to sell, if it's not
selling.
interpreting,
Mhm.
if it's not even sometimes selling is not really our fault. It can be the client's product and everything. But
Right.
sometimes if it's not interpreting sales,
Yeah.
if it's not like a video that is supposed to sell something, it's not even showing the product that will make. It's not making me feel like I should buy.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
The truth is, everybody that comes to you, every client that comes to you, they already have an idea what they want. They may not be able to interpret. They may not be able to say,
It's
"Oh,
their
this is
job
exactly
to
what I want."
interpret. Yeah.
Most times people come and be like, they send you a brief and be like, "Oh, exactly this." I have a client I love so much, and she just comes and I'm like, "Emperor, how are you?" She'll send a PDF that has like a brief. This brief gives you everything you need to know, the kind of shots
I
she
love
wants you to
clients like
capture,
that. They
and all of
make
that.
life easy for you. They just
Exactly.
no
But
back and forth.
but most times, some people come and they don't have an idea what they want, and then sometimes they're like, "Okay, can we jump on a call?" And then you get to talk to them, and then you find out that, okay, when they start talking and start telling you what they want to do and all of that, you start getting it, and then you're able to chip in from your own professional angle. You can chip in and say, okay, you can do it like this and do it like that, and they're like, okay, no problem, right? A lot of them have an idea what they want. You being able to bring that to life, right? They can just be like, oh yeah, we want to do something like this, and it's just gonna be like this, and da, 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 da. And then you're like, okay, no problem. And then you jump on the project and they're able to do it, and then you bring it to life. First of that's when they start trusting you. And then a client can be like, oh, he's Emperor now. No, don't worry, leave him. And they don't care. I've had clients who are in Lagos and I'm like, oh, I'm in Abuja at the moment. We can shoot in Abuja now. And they're like, okay, no problem. And they just send the product and they will shoot in Abuja, and they're like, they are so happy. And there are sometimes the client is not even in Nigeria at all. And then they send their product or whatever they do, and they just shoot here, just get everything you need to do, shoot it here, and then they are happy because they trust you. There are some people that trust you based on what they see on your page and then all of that, right? So your quality, all these things, everything, your mood, your pattern of work, how you do all these things are the things that goes back to the client and be like, oh yeah, this person is good. I'm sure that people reach out to you and be like, I know say you go do expensive. because they've gone through your page, they scrolled up and down, and they see,
So when people say stuff like that, it's because they've seen
they've
and
perceived you in a way, right? They've perceived you in a way, and they're like, man, this person is going to be
I know
expensive.
they start like, I know I cannot afford you.
Yeah, because you are building perception and you don't even know it. And most times it could be with the caliber of people that you work with. It could be the level, the production value. It could be how you present your work. You know, it could be how you present your work. In like it's different ways, but the most important thing is that you are doing it.
So let's talk about the quality. I love that quality aspects. Like you said, there are different things to it. But one thing that catches my attention a lot about your work is storytelling.
Yeah.
You know how important it is in this our work. So your storytelling has to be, for your videos to fulfill its purpose. So if you remove aesthetics, how much storytelling do you think people actually understand? When I'm talking about aesthetics, I'm talking about beyond, fine clothes and all of that, fine locations and everything. How much storytelling do you think videographers, cinematographers, and creatives are infusing in their work?
Things are changing right now. What people find nice is changing. What people want now is changing. As the years grow, a lot of things is going to change. But the one thing that's not going to change is storytelling.
12K, 4K, 8K can be changing.
1 million K.
But a
Bro,
good story is a good story.
a good story is a good story. And then storytelling will always beat everything. Storytelling will always beat whatever quality of camera you're using, whatever kind of lighting you're using. And guess what? All these things even go into the storytelling, right? Even the lighting itself goes into the storytelling.
We tell stories with lights.
Exactly.
That's the purpose.
Do you understand? You can create a mood. You're very good at lighting. I see your work. You can create a mood because you want the audience to feel a certain way. You can create a mood. The sound, everything. So most times people don't understand this thing. If I pause your video, if I pause your music or mute your music and your video, will I be able to watch it? Will it make sense? Do you understand? If like
So your video should make sense without the visuals.
Yeah.
Do you think
without the sound?
What if I reduce the quality? Let's say I'm watching on YouTube and I'm watching on the lowest quality.
It should still make sense.
It should make sense.
All these things should make sense because most times people pay attention to aesthetics and all of that. And then when you find yourself in a situation where all those things are not there, you find them and they're almost helpless because now no fine makeup, no fine background, no fine aesthetics and all of those things. And they're almost useless. But then a time will come when you find yourself in a situation whereby I traveled to DR Congo with Alhan, and we basically, this is not like the kind of travel where you have luxury, nice cars, or like the way you're going to South Africa, or you're going to UK and all of this is a war affected area. So we're basically doing a documentary.
Yeah.
You could still see the whole, bonds, everything. Like this is just a place that was recently affected by war.
You need to tell
and you have to tell the story.
out of that.
People have to sit down and watch a 7 to 10 minutes video, and they are not pausing it. They are watching, they understand what's going on. They're able to understand the context and all of that. It's beyond just aesthetics or just fine lens or just shooting 4K or 6K. At the end of the day, we'll find out that we have footages that are almost useless or just pack a lot of things. Most of us started shooting 4K recently. As at the time I was using my using my 2014
before
laptop.
shooting 4K used to be overkill.
Yeah. As the time I was using my 2014 laptop, where can I edit 4K? We're all shooting HD.
And there were good stories.
Yeah. Good stories. Whether in any industry you find yourself, storytelling is the most important thing. At the end of the day, all these things will pass. Find reels and all of that. Let's use the wedding industry for instance. Now, the nice reels, the dance with the show is nice, but it's gonna be nice for the first 1 month. The euphoria is gonna die down, and then
the story lives forever.
Story will live forever. Getting the vow of the groom or the bride and all those things.
Who would you say is your favorite? And all those things. Sorry for cutting you. Who would you say is your favorite, let's say, wedding storyteller? Don't let us put it in Nigeria, because
At the
thinking
moment,
about Nigeria,
no,
I
I
can't
can't find
count
anybody in
many.
Nigeria right now. I can't find anybody in Nigeria right now. At the moment, I'm not seeing anybody in Nigeria.
Do you know Papillon Mexi?
No, but I know these guys. They're in the US. They live in Utah. They are called
Dustin Porters.
no, they run with Val.
Oh, I don't remember.
They were these guys were working with Parker Weber before.
Okay,
They
okay,
run full
okay,
time
okay,
filmmaker.
okay.
So I think they all like went their separate ways now. And I've forgotten his name, but he's the one running the Runway Val now. And these guys are good with storytelling.
So, do you think the
So good.
recent wave of, fine reels showing us beaded wedding gowns, do you think is going? People are going to still, Nigerians are going to still start getting tired of it,
Very soon.
and that the future of wedding filmmaking is
He's still going to come back
storytelling.
to storytelling. That's the same reason. That's the reason why movies are going to stay. Films are going to stay because a lot of times, because of the way short reels and short all this short action and all
Just
of
to
this thing,
increase dopamine and all of that.
yeah, but a lot of times you still go back craving the old Marvel long 3 hours movie. Do you understand? And then you see all these things now. When something is not good, something you know is not good. Forget about the quality, forget about everything. We used to watch movie when we were younger, when we were secondary school and we were using all those express music.
We watch movies and
We watch movies on 47K what 47p or whatever. And
420.
a full movie will be like
5
100
MB.
MB or 50 MB, and then you transfer it on Bluetooth, and then it takes you like maybe when you're walking home from school, it takes you like almost 1 hour to transfer a 50 MB file, and then we still watch it. All
we
those
enjoy
movies
those
because we enjoyed it. The
Look at
story.
all these Aki and Popo movies. None of them were shot on 4K.
No, you can't find any of them on 4K. Even when you go on YouTube now, you
Yeah.
see them. It's still very low quality.
720p.
Although that's what they had at that time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cameras they had at that time, that's what they have.
But the point was,
But
they
the
were
point
able to-
was they were able to tell a story. They were able to constantly keep you engaged with the story they were telling. You kept like, although most of their movie was like in line of comedy and all those, but then there was like a storyline running through it, you know, and then you are waiting for the end. You're waiting for the end. You're waiting for what's going to happen. And a lot of our movies now, a lot of the things that we are doing now is losing that thing. It's losing that thing. How many times have you rewatched a recent movie?
I'm so bad with, I don't rewatch. I don't even rewatch any movie. Okay, wait. I rewatched Home Alone. I rewatched Titanic. I only rewatched, let's say, very epic
Those are
movies.
movies of before I was even born. I think Home Alone was 1990 something, right?
But I watched it like 5 or 4 times.
Exactly. Every Christmas we even rewatch it.
Yes.
Right? But a recent movie. Give me a recent movie that you just rewatched.
Maybe I'm not a good example because I hardly can rewatch movies.
Because most times we end up like
actually.
Yeah, the quality is nice. Even all these Nigerian Netflix movies that they are producing now, no, quality is amazing. They're using ARRI cameras and all those things. But at the end of the day, you still find out that there's no substance to it. Do you understand? There's no substance to it. The story is just the story is just there. But the quality is mad. The lighting is mad. The editing is mad. But the substance that holds this together is not there.
Let's talk about clients. What's one truth about paying? You know, when you're starting out as a beginner, we have a lot of beginners watching this too. When you're starting out as a beginner, there's difference between you tend to collaborate a lot and do client shoots, and sometimes you mistake collaborations or free shoots to paid work. What's something you think a lot of beginners don't know about paid gigs that is costing them their time?
I think paid gigs will help you build competence as a person. It will help you. You can't afford to be careless. That's one. You can't afford to be careless because now you are getting paid for this. What happens if you fuck up? Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to be saying that. What happens if you mess the whole shoot up? Right? There's nothing wrong with collaboration. It's really good. But what happens if you mess up a shoot that you are paid for, or you are a wedding photographer and you lost your card or something like that, and you can't do the wedding again or anything like that? It's paid gigs will help you build competence. It will help you build discipline as a person. So you know now that before I sleep, let me back up first. Before I sleep, let me back up first. And two, a lot of creative are very excited about a particular. They're very excited. Let me come again.
Okay.
A lot of creative are very excited about a project that they forget to charge, or they forget to prioritize the thing that they're supposed to prioritize. It happens to me a lot. It happened to me a lot until I intentionally decided nah, I had to slow down.
You're not going to be overly excited about any
Because
project.
the person can come to you and be like, "Oh, Emperor, this is what we were trying to work on and all of that," and the scope of, like, just give you everything, the details, and like you are so excited, like, oh, more, this is gonna be good. Oh, it's going to be a skincare brand, and you're going to do this and going to do that, and you are so excited about what you are going to create
You start forgetting
that even when they are offering you a peanut, you don't mind. Okay, let's just do it because you are so excited about that, you know. But a time will come when you have to intentionally, like, let me slow down.
reflex.
Yeah, and be like, okay, I don't mind saying no to it. If I say no to this one, another one is gonna come. You know.
You were saying something the other time about clients that pay low. Do you think it is their fault that clients that pay low don't really respect and they stress you more, or it's just because of the boundaries creatives lack?
I won't say it's their fault. If I come to you and I say, "Yo, dude, how much do you charge for a shoot?" and I've seen your work and I love it, how much do you charge for a shoot? And you tell me you charge 300K. It might be cheaper than what the next person told me, but okay, no problem. And then you charge 300K. That's fine. And then we start working, we start doing, and I'm going to be paying you 300K until you say, okay, now I charge 400K and all of that. But you could have made, there is a project I charged. I don't know if I should be saying this on camera, but there's a project I charged 3.8 million for. And then while I was typing that, right, my assistant sent me the invoice and everything. We calculated and all of that. And I'm like, add 1 million. It was 2.8. Just make it 3 points. And then she did that, and I sent it to the client, and the person was like, please, oh, what we had in mind was 3.5, please. I'm like, no, ma'am, this is gonna be a lot of
So
work and
imagine
all
you
of that.
sent that.
Imagine I send that, they'll be like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. And that's 1 million that's going to waste.
And you will suffer for that 1 million.
Yeah, you will be stressed. You know, it's good to learn from other creatives. It's good when I come around people. I'm not interested in learning how to do ISO or learning how to do all these things, how to balance my camera those are things I can learn online. Those are things I can learn on YouTube. When I come around other creative, I try to learn the most important thing about their workflow, about their style, how they charge. Especially when I see somebody who I look up to, or maybe a big person that I look up to. If I'm hanging around people I call my mentors, or people I call, people
You're not learning exposure triangle.
I'm not learning exposure triangle.
You want to know positioning.
Exactly. How am I able to go from my one room to now shooting for a global brand? How am I able to go from Gwarimpa to now shooting for a client in the UK and now travel? And then this brand.
Wait, are you saying I can be the best videographer in the world and nobody knows me and I'm not going to shoot for global brand?
Exactly.
If I don't position myself correctly.
But there are people who are here as local as here, and then they are traveling around the world now.
So the difference between a professional struggling and a professional, doing amazing things in the industry is not just the fact that they are lucky or they have better gears.
It's never luck. It can never be luck.
Or better gears.
Well, first of all, where are you going to see the gears when you don't have money?
No, let's talk about gears. How much of gear do you think is important for you to succeed in this industry?
It's not important. I think I don't know if it was on your podcast, or I think a lot of people have discussed this thing before, and we keep discussing this every day. A lot of people think that it's about gears. I have a friend. If you have unlimited money, please buy. If you have unlimited amount of money.
But who has unlimited?
There are people who make money from other things. Maybe you have other businesses that you make money from. Please buy.
Okay.
Buy whatever you want to buy. Buy how many lenses you want.
But it does not guarantee.
It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee even quality.
Can we talk about that?
It doesn't. Having the best gears doesn't guarantee quality. It can give you, but it doesn't. It's not like guarantee.
It will give you if you only
if you know how to use it. There are people who own a Black Magic or whatever and all of that, and they see bro, Alpha, which camera they use? I'm like, what do you mean which camera they use? Do you understand? I have a friend that is always, seeking she would just send me a video before she would upload. I'm like, Emperor, look at this video. Is it nice? When she wanted to get her camera, she sent me saying like, Emperor, I bought I want to buy a Sony A7 III. And I'm like, oh, you want to, like, is it video you want to do? She said, yeah. I said, man, if you have an extra 1 million, please just add it
And buy
and buy the
7
A74. Or just buy the A74 because the gap is too long. The A7 III was like 2016, Abby.
Yes.
So just buy the like most recent one. And she was like, I don't have money now. And if I leave it now, I might spend this money on other things. But let me just, I'm like, okay, no problem. Well, you can just buy it and then later you can sell
upgrade.
and upgrade. And she was like, okay, no problem. When I saw the level of work she's pulling from a 2016 A7 III,
you were like,
I'm like, wow. So imagine what will happen if you put an A74 or an A7S3.
and some people are struggling to get that from FX3.
From FX3 or FX6. I saw a project that somebody shot on FX6 and
like, you mean you shot this on FX3?
This is FX. And then you can't hold their feelings, so you're like, nice.
Like, oh,
like, wait, this is nice. FX6, man, this is good. That doesn't have anything to do with the camera itself. Doesn't have anything to do with the lenses. Doesn't have anything to do. It's you. It's you who need to like learn how to use all these things. So if you're spending the 12 million naira to buy one camera, to buy FX9 or FS6 or whatever, first of all, you have to understand that you need to learn how to use it. Learn how to use these things very well
to get the best quality out of it.
Get the best quality out of it. You can get a very mad quality from even low like $2,000 cameras that you cannot get. Like it's almost like when you figure this out and you feel like it's a scam. When you're buying a camera, you think it's a scam. When you crack this thing, like this thing I'm talking about, when you crack it, when you're able to crack it,
because you will feel disappointed. You will spend 10 million on a camera, then you will try to shoot and you see that no, the camera is not like I used to see some memes of filmmakers do a lot. They will say, your camera shoots really nice video. You say, oh yeah, take.
Oh yeah, now.
Now you are giving the glory to the camera.
Oh yeah, do it. Just let the camera do it. If you figure this thing out, you would think cameras are scam. Like you would not believe that this my camera is giving this quality, and then this camera is giving this quality. So what's the difference? I saw a guy in Lagos that shoots on iPhone. He currently owns it. I think he upgrades every year. He just bought the iPhone 17. And then when I saw the quality of work on his page, we just met. I'm like, bro, like, no kind of thing. And we just met at an event. He was doing content and I was shooting my thing. And then we just, later at the end of the day, we just met up, greeted each other, we just exchanged contacts. When I saw the level of work that this guy was pulling from an iPhone, I'm like, how come? He said he was showing me his phone. He had a small SSD drive that he plugs to his.
So he shoots raw.
Yeah, and he had a custom lot that he uses for his. This was amazing. Like when I mean amazing, like, man.
You won't believe it was coming from an iPhone.
You won't believe it.
So now that we've agreed that it's not just about gear, what is that one skill you will say? Oh, you're saying it's not about gear now to get the best quality, to make the most out of your money out of videography and filmmaking. It's not about the quality of your work and everything.
Yeah.
What would you say is that one skill that if you want to really succeed in this industry, what is that one skill everybody should have, every creator should have?
Number one, storytelling. And I say storytelling because storytelling is like the tree itself. And then every other thing.
If you understand storytelling, you understand the pacing of your music, you understand color.
So because every other thing.
We use everything to tell stories.
That's why I call it a tree. That's why I call it a tree. The tree is there.
Everything,
and then every other thing is the
stories.
branches. Yeah. Right? The lighting itself, it tells a story. The music tells a story. The sound design tells a story. Those little, I did a commercial one time and then I just put like a Chico sound from like a baby because we had the baby on set and this brand is talking about the same thing and then all of that. And then you listen to it. And then there's something I started doing recently again, that when we're having a dialogue and then something happens behind, you can even make like, this is like proper sound design, sound engineering. You can even make it like in a way that when somebody's listening to or watching it with an earpiece, it sounds from one end. It sounds from that side.
The side.
Right? All these things plays a role. Like all these things plays a role in your story, in whatever you are trying to make the person feel. The music plays a role. The pacing plays a role. So yeah, storytelling is a tree. If you're able to figure this thing out, if they give you a tool
Mhm.
that is a Sony or whatever camera that you have in your hand, you can use that tool to create this story, even down to composition, even down to composition.
So, what's your most controversial opinion about camera that is going to get many people annoyed?
They're just using us to make money. That's all.
Like about cameras, let's say
Yeah,
about brands. Like, let's say, do you care about brands, camera brands?
yeah, I do. I do. I really care about camera brands. First off, I I care about every brand, right? For everything I do, for everything I wear, for everything I purchase,
Mm-hmm.
I make a lot of research about these things. And for me to decide to stay here, like stay with this brand no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm loyal to this brand. No, they're not paying me money. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
one spending my money. But
Mm-hmm.
then I have decided to stay with this brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly because I've seen something in them.
You're
I've
not just
seen,
following trend because
yeah.
everybody's buying that
It's
car.
not just because everybody's buying Sony. Let's buy Sony. Oh, now Nikon is coming back.
Or
Let's
your role
let's go and
model,
buy
or
Sony.
your role model just
Or
got it.
yeah, or my role model is using a Sony. You have to find what works for you, right? And then these brands, one of the reasons why I love them is because most of them don't care about their users, but a lot of them care about their users.
Can you give an example of a
For
brand that doesn't care?
like a brand that doesn't, let's take an example for a brand that cares, right? So it depends on what you create.
Mm-hmm.
A documentary filmmaker now, I'm sure that color is very important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then using the Sony
You have like the S Log 3 is just amazing.
as amazing, and it gives you up to 10 bits. And I think they have the recent one, the new camera now has up to 16 bits. That 16 bits you know how much you can pull from your highlights and pull from your shadows and all those things. And in a situation whereby there's no perfect lighting, you know how to balance up and all of that. All these things are things that these brands do that you'll be like, yeah, you know, these people are really caring about us. So you look at these things and like, okay, let's stay. Like we're gonna stay here. But I think they're all almost the same. They're all giving good quality now. And then also you have to check your pockets when you're going with a brand. Sony is expensive, Nikon is expensive. Canon is expensive. So if you feel like the one that is cheaper for you right now is to buy Nikon, it's fine. It's totally fine. What works for you, basically. That's why I say, if you remember what I said earlier, first of all, everybody's selfish.
Hmm.
First of all, think about you.
So, what is one thing you changed in your career, in your business, that helped you like make more money with your skill?
Okay, let me do like a small rundown background. I worked with I've worked with like three production companies, four, technically four, but I worked with like three production companies. And like I said earlier, these things help me grow and learn and all of that. But I worked with different production companies, along the line, and I've seen how they do their thing and all of that. And as at the time I wanted to start my own company, I figured that everybody's doing the same thing. Like literally everybody was doing the same thing. Everybody was doing like the wedding thing now because that was like the main thing now, events and all of that. And when I saw these things, I'm like, okay, they are doing this thing and they are forgetting this thing. And I decided to focus on brand, storytelling, commercial work, and all of those things. And trust me, there are there are a few people who do commercial work in Nigeria right now. There are a few people,
Especially in Abuja.
es-
Abuja is very
especially
scarce.
especially in Abuja. In Abuja now, I can't count five. I
Oh,
honestly,
you can count up to 3.
okay, yeah, I can't count five. But everybody's doing weddings, everybody's doing events,
Is
everything. So
but I'm always surprised, so because I think the least money I've made from filmmaking is wedding. Is wedding as profitable as people?
right now, wedding is what's the word? Wedding is like that quick money kind of thing.
Okay, okay. It's not
Yeah,
like it has
yeah.
more depth of
Of
it.
course, like we said, we talked about charging earlier, how you can charge yourself, position yourself and make a lot of money. And so I know that a lot of people are making good money. They're charging 600 or 500 or whatever for wedding content and all those things. But the fact that's almost like every week there's
yeah.
you know.
So people that focus on speed, like how much can I do, not
Yeah.
how well can I do once.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So for wedding now, go shoot one wedding on a Saturday. By Sunday, the video is out. You are done. You move to the next project. You chill for the week, and then on Saturday, sometimes now I think like the Northern wedding now they have like sometimes 4 days, 3 days, and then you are charging like 300K for that, and then you are good. Compared to us that are working on a project for a week or 2 weeks, working on a commercial work for
If
2 weeks.
you had
Documentary
production and
documentary takes
pre-production self,
months.
it can be, yeah.
Do you understand? So some people don't have that patience. They just want to make the money. I'm not judging anybody
Yeah,
for
yeah,
whatever
it's
they
fine.
decide to do. But me, I've decided to go this way. And anything I see there, I
Yeah,
manage it.
nah,
It's not easy for anybody. Even the wedding is stressful. It's stressful. I've done wedding before.
weddings are very
I've done wedding
stressful.
before. As at 2023, 2024, I was doing weddings. I was doing wedding work. I think, or I worked with a company here in Abuja, and their major, like this thing is wedding. So most of those things were like every week sometimes, and especially like festive period is like back to back to back to back to back. Wedding is stressful, especially white wedding.
Wedding
So
is
you have to
something.
you have to meet the bride up very as early as 7 a.m. and then you go to church by 11,
In my
shoot there,
opinion, I think
and all those things.
wedding videographers have been undercharged.
Most of them are on the charge,
No, underpaid.
underpaid rather.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have been underpaid.
most of them are underpaid, and then imagine it's not enough. It's not enough. You have to shoot all the whole day. It's not enough.
Then the editing, you should
And then the
you edit
editing
full. You compress a 4 hours, 12 hours shoot into
into a
1 hour.
1 hour or 40
Then you
minutes,
get
depending.
highlights.
And then you have to put the speeches, depending on what your deliverable is. You have to put the speech.
You have to mic the bride, the groom,
Oh my god, it's a lot. So for somebody that is able to do that every week, I feel like they should make as much
I
as
hope
they
I've
want to
not
make.
cut your train of thought. There was something you were trying to explain about one thing you did that improved your income level.
Well, yeah. So like I was saying, everybody was now doing this thing, and I intentionally decided like, okay, you know what? Not like I can't do wedding, not like I don't know I don't want to do it, but for my sake and for the fact that this area is lacking a lot of creatives who know how to put it, and the fact that in Nigeria we have a lot of brands who are sprouting,
Lots of
and brands
brands.
who are there, and brands um who don't even have like online presence, and like there are millions of brands, businesses everywhere. So the same way, just that people are not seeing it, people were not seeing it at that point. I feel like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna focus on this. The only people that call me now and be like, yo, Alpha, we have this wedding, or we have this proposal event, or we have this wedding event or something coming up, are people that have known me for like 3 years
Not
or 4 years.
recently.
Not recently. Everybody, like, even when I posted a video I did, people like, you do wedding? I say, yeah. But not like I don't do it like every day again. But yeah. So being able to like identify something that people are missing out on, right? Something that people are not seeing. And you know what? Okay, you know what? Let me just stay here. Position yourself there, and
Not
then
following the
they're
crowd.
gonna come. Yeah,
Not saying that money is
yeah.
somewhere and you.
Mhm.
So we've talked about what you did. So what is one thing you stopped doing? What is that one thing you stopped doing that improved your business as a, creative entrepreneur?
One thing I stopped doing. Oh man, this is something I need to think about very well. Maybe I know, but I don't. I didn't really see it as something. But it's mainly underestimating myself,
Mm.
underestimating the value of work I put out. For a very long time, I should I say lower self-esteem. I feel like that's a very strong word to use for this, but for a very long time, I felt like I wasn't good enough. So even when it even affected me, even when it came to pricing, because
You were like,
man,
who is going to pay that much?
yeah,
Has this thing ever happened to you? You type the price to your client and you're like, no, oh my God, they might not
it
reply me.
happens. It happened to me up until I created a rate card to say this is my rate card for this. This is my rate card for this. This is my rate card for this.
So how do you
And
think creators can overcome that?
it's just for you to realize that for the person that is coming to you to say, hey, we love your work, how much do you charge for this? They've seen value in it. They've seen value in it. They've gone through, they've made their research, they've probably seen like three other people and they'll be like, oh, this person is good. Imagine There are creatives in Nigeria, like be out of the whole of Abuja, and they probably reached out to like 5 people, and they are down to you. First of all, that should give you a sense of, okay, I'm doing something right.
So you are saying self-esteem is robbing a lot of creators?
It robbed me. It robbed me a lot, many times, many times. I thought I'll
You
just
can
give
be worth something, but because you feel like you don't.
you charge less, you make less, whatever everything it is. That's exactly how it is. A lot of people who have potential, but because of the fact that they don't know how to value themselves, it happens everywhere in business,
Not just in the creative
yeah,
space.
in everywhere, even in relationships, it happens a lot. Even the way you carry yourself as a person, the way you carry yourself as a person, that will determine how the next person is going to value you. You understand? If somebody comes in here now with slippers and is running around and rubbing themselves on the floor, even yourself on your own, like, man, you know, you're not going to. But when the person comes in and dresses well, have you seen people who are going for a meeting? Like, okay, yo, let's have a meeting. Okay, maybe we can do location recce and have a group meeting and then all of that. Or okay, just please let's have a Zoom meeting. And on the Zoom meeting, you're coming to the Zoom meeting and you're calling your PA and like, yo, guys, please let's jump on the call. And then even before you say hi on the Zoom meeting, two other people have already said something ahead of you. You create this perception around you. Oh, let's go and we're having a physical meeting at this thing, and you dress well. You come wearing nice suits or dressed fine and all of that. And they're like, we go fit pay you. So like there's this respect that comes with it, right?
Than
Or
just showing up anyhow.
yeah, the way you carry yourself. I figured something. I figured that most of the clients that were coming to me by the grace of God, because of the quality of work I deliver and because of the kind of people that I started working with, even when I started with, like, collaborating with brands, because this is what I wanted to create. And then the portfolio I had at that time were more of wedding related portfolio, and this is not what I want to do. They were good, but this is not what I want to show. People were like, oh, post it. I'm going to confuse my followers if I post everything. So let me just chill. And I started approaching brands. I started writing to brands. And I wasn't writing to brands that are under staircase or brands. I was pitching. I was like, they call it a long shot, right? It seemed impossible. It was almost as if, how do you even get those things to happen? And I tried my best, like, pitch to them. If there's a number on their page, call the number. Do you understand? I kept doing these things until I was able to get a few people who said hi, who said yes, who said, okay, come for a meeting. And you dress well, you go there, and then they see you, they see the way you carry yourself, they see the way okay, let's shoot. And then you bring out, and then when I figured that these people, because of these people, I'm not starting to get similar people coming to me for paid jobs now. I had to upgrade. You have to spend money on making sure
Are you saying the quality of your previous clients affects the kind of clients you're going to get again?
Exactly. We've used somebody as an example earlier. If you are doing jobs for big brands are going to come to you. If you keep working with small brands will keep coming to you. So that's why most times you see people. I know a guy that does amazing jobs, but he posts only a few. He posts the one that he feel like posting. He posts the one that he feel like tallies with what he's building, tallies with the perception he's pushing, the narrative he's pushing, right? So he even me, I don't post. I think we talked about earlier. I don't post everything I shoot. In the last 2 months, we've done close to 8 projects. Where are they? And if you check now, that last 2 months, I posted only like 3 videos, right? The ones I feel like people will come to my page and see that, oh, Emperor has done something like this before, he can do our own. And people I feel like, oh yeah, he has worked with this kind of people, he can work with us. Because people see these things. And then when they feel like you've been able to manage clients like this, they feel safer coming to you.
Yeah.
Right? If you are working with the vice president, for instance, there's nothing stopping you from working with the Senate president.
Exactly.
Right? But then if you are working with local government chairman, it will be very, very hard for a governor to say come, because can he handle something at this level? Because every new project brings bigger pressure, harder work. Forget about the fact that it's not. You have to make it look better. You have to improve. You have to do better every time. So these people are going to come and be like, okay, this guy is good, but can he handle our level of projects?
You talked about collaboration during that time, but do you think collaboration is overrated in this industry sometimes?
It's not. It is not overrated. if you know how to. Everything favors you if you know how to, harness the favor inside of it.
But there's a thin line between collaborating and wasting your time. How do you draw
Yeah.
the line?
Oh my god, a lot of people are wasting their time. A lot of people are wasting their time. So if I want to create something now, if how do I put? I'm trying to look for a better example to use. If I want to tell my clients that I do documentary work now, the very first thing I'm going to do is first of all find somebody in the documentary industry that I can collaborate with, and also find a company or whatever in that industry that I can collaborate with. Now, at this point, it's going to be value for value, right? So the company is getting a video for free because they are allowing us to do this thing, and then I can take this video and show other brands and show other industries and all these things that, oh, this is what I've done before for a brand like this, so they will trust me more because of the level of work I've done. So a lot of people are doing collaboration because they feel like, what are they doing now? I'm not doing anything. Let me
And let me
just
just, they are not being intentional about the collaboration.
Yeah. A lot of people are doing collaboration and they are mixing out on what they're supposed to gain from it. You can collaborate with anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a big brand or a small brand or a big individual. A lot of people want to collaborate with celebrities just because they are celebrities. Oh, they have 1 million followers. They have
Not
2 million.
because they align with their own goals.
Exactly. And tags. Oh, let's do so that they will tag us and people will see. It doesn't work. Most of those things doesn't work. I've been tagged on a lot of posts. I didn't get up to 10 followers from that. It doesn't really work. A lot of people have millions of followers, but they don't have active followers. They don't have active people who are doing
Or
stuff.
they resonate with the kind of thing
Yes,
you offer.
right. So you by yourself constantly and intentionally building something is what's works. That's what works. And then along the line, if you need to collaborate to be able to achieve something you need to achieve, then that works.
This is a lot.
Because there are a lot of times that you want to do something, like you want to do this kind of work. Man, I want to do this kind of work. Last year, I waited. I sent messages to brands and all of that. I couldn't get a single brand that wanted to work with me for the AMVCA. Of course, they would check my page and see that I've not done anything in that line and all of that. It was very hard. It was very, very hard. So immediately I thought about it. You know what? Let me look for somebody I'm going to collaborate with. I started sending messages to stylists. Just give me a tag. That's all I needed. I just needed the tag that will allow me enter the VIP area or the red carpet on all those. Once I'm able to get that tag, then I can shoot this thing. I'll give you a video. You enjoy, I'll give you something, maybe 1 minute or 30 seconds that you enjoy it for your own page and all of that. But then the fact that I'm there, I'll be able to capture a lot of content
for portfolio's
sake. And then this year now, what did we do? I told my PA, put like an email together and all of that. Look at the brands that are going to be there this year. Let's email them. And then we emailed them. We figured that, okay, this is not going to work. Let's email the agencies that work with them. Let's email these people. Let's email this. And then put the videos that we've done last year. And then some of them, they saw the email, they saw the video that we did last year, and they're like, oh, you did this? This is amazing, because my video like went last year. My video went up, and people were like, oh, sharing it and everything. Most of the people that were in the video, they were like, oh, please mention the person, that kind of thing. Like, people saw the video and they liked it. Oh, they were like, oh, you did this video. Oh, nice, cool. Oh, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. We'll schedule a meeting and all of that, and you're able to get 2 brands that are going to work with you. But how did that happen? Because you initially collaborated
intentionally
to be able to achieve this, and now you have this. You use it very well. So it's not just collaborating randomly because I don't get anything from my what I go post today. Let's collaborate. Let's do something. Or a lot of people reach out to me for collaboration. I'm like, oh no, I'm not interested at the moment. Respectfully, no, I'm not ready now. It's fine. They will go and meet other people. No wahala. But if you want to collaborate, it has to be intentional. You have to know what you want to achieve with that video, with that collaboration.
Thank you. It has been this is like I'm in school, like because a lot of the things you've been saying, some of the things that I mentioned online and tell people. In fact, one of my video that went viral this year was one video I was talking about the business aspects of filmmaking, which we don't really have a lot of people that talk about it. A lot of people were just fascinated that, oh my God, are you holding a class? Talk about. In fact, that is why I said I was going to, and because I also saw that I didn't want just anybody to talk about this topic. It was because I saw your work. This AMVCA you mentioned, I actually saw some snippet on your story this year that you were talking about how you're going for this year and how it's going to be banger and all of that. I saw the intentionality you put into not just making quality content, but making a brand out of your content and making genuine living out of your content. And I really appreciate you.
And you can do all these things without begging. I see a lot of creators begging, a lot of creatives begging online. Begging in a way that they don't know they are begging. I beg, book me, open for daily 2K.
That is not positioning.
No.
That's begging. Oh, there's difference between begging for client and positioning yourself for clients.
Yeah.
So posting on your status that I'm available for booking.
Bro, you are begging. You're literally begging. And it's not.
Does it affect the kind of clients you attract?
Yes, it affects everything. It affects the way people perceive you. How many times have you seen Louis Vuitton posting stuff like that? Watch these big brands. Watch. Okay, you probably have mentors. Watch what they post. Watch what they share. These guys just share their work. The people will see it. Don't worry. Even I'm sure you make posts and you see that, oh, this post has 10,000 views, 100 comments, and then maybe the post has like 20 saves. Those people saving it, most of them are saving it for future inspiration. A lot of people are saving it because they want to come back to this person. The person that did this video. Or you see shares. Like sometimes I see 100 and something shares and like, who is sharing my video? To who? But most times they share it to people and like, oh, this is
it. Or share. Sometimes they are sharing it to other filmmakers. That can you do
right?
This?
Exactly. But then constantly coming online to post daily 2K.
So it's not just by showing up, it's the way you show up. It's not just by positioning, the way you position yourself.
Exactly. If you remember, I said earlier, I try my best to make sure I post every day on my story or whatever. I just try my best to post. Even on WhatsApp, I just post something because it's very important that people see you. And then when they are seeing you, what are they seeing you as? How do they perceive you? Do you think a client will call you to do a multi-million naira job
with the kind of post you're putting
with the kind of way you are positioning yourself right now? Do you think it's gonna be possible? You have to think about these things.
It's not just about you posting; it's about how you post, how you show up.
Yeah, everything affects your positioning. And then a time will come when your work will be streamlined to an extent that people who come to you now are people that if you remember, I said filter, like you filtered it, right? You filtered your clients, you filtered everything to the extent that now people that are coming to you they know you, they understand you. Sometimes people come to me like, Emperor, how are you doing? Oh, please. They will send a video I've shot like on my page. They will just send it to me. Like, please, this is kind of video that you did for these people. We want it. At that time, you're not brainstorming on what to do for them or just bring your script with something, do better video for them, right? But a time will come when you will be, I don't know the word to put it. People who are coming around you will be people of value. Why? Because you've intentionally filtered this other nonsense out. People who can't afford you will not even approach you in the first place.
Because of how you've presented yourself.
It's not every DM you respond to. It's not anybody that sends you a message that you respond to. You look at it, you look at their email or whatever. The reason most people say, oh, send us an email, is not just because they want to stress you by carrying from Instagram to Gmail. No. Most of the reason why they say send out an email is because they want to see that intentionality behind.
If you're not serious,
if you're not serious, you're not going to do that. If you're not serious about engaging this person, you're not going to take your time to type an email with the brief and all of that. People who just want to make inquiries.
I made a mistake one time when my TikTok started blowing up. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And before then, my phone number used to be on my page. Until 1 week, like that, one of my video went viral. Then I started receiving calls from US, from UK. I know, right? From Ibadan, from everywhere. People just calling me randomly. There's something you say. Some person will just call, hello, who's there? There's something you say about your post. I want you to explain it to me. And I'm like, I'll say, what am I? Where are you guys? I say, I got your number from. I say, oh, I just went there. If you see the way I rushed, like I
Go and
used to
remove it,
literally have my contacts on my bio.
Eh.
I didn't know because I felt like if you want to book me, you can just.
First off, you can't even call me if I don't have your number saved on my phone. That's an iPhone feature that I enjoy so much. It's like this call screening thing.
Mhm.
And then iPhone will first of all ask you, what do you want to tell the person? If it makes sense, my phone will ring.
Are you
If it
serious?
doesn't make sense, to go on voicemail. Yeah, iPhone has it. It's on the new. If you update your phone, it's on the new from I think from like 15 down.
Mhm.
So that one is even there first of all, but it's still good. It's still good that okay, you remove your phone because a lot of people are going to buzz you for no reason. They're going to call you. They're going to text
Unnecessary calls.
unnecessarily. That's
You
but
might even miss real clients
and
call.
then being too accessible too affects your this thing. Being too accessible also affects it.
Ah, but I've really learned a lot from this episode, and I'm sure everybody listening would have, especially beginners. In fact, not only beginners, everybody in the industry, any level you are, I'm sure you would have gotten a lot from this episode. It has been an amazing time with you on the show, Mr. Emperor,
Thank you very
and
much.
hopefully we hope to have you on the show again. So if you're still watching up to this point, that means you have learned, a lot already. And thank you for staying this long to watch, this episode. I told you it was going to be an interesting one. So if there's any question you want to ask that we didn't touch about the business aspect of filmmaking, videography, and cinematography, you can put it down in the comment section. And if anybody comes to your mind while you're watching this that you want to that you feel like they might get something from this video, make sure you share it to that person. And also, if you want us to bring him back to the show, please let us know. And if you also have any other creatives you will like us to bring to the show, do let us know. Either you send us an email or let us know in the comment section. Share your opinion, talk about what you've learned, and we'll catch you on the other side. Mr. Imperial, can you please tell them to subscribe and
Please subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like, make sure you comment. And as much as you are liking, the algorithm will show it to the other person that will also learn from these things. So please make sure you're subscribed. The work that these guys are putting in here is a lot of work.